Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another week of the Triple Threat Podcast. It is week 33, if I remember looking at the title that Miggy put on our notes. And we have a returning guest this week.
Yes, I did in fact sleep my way onto this podcast.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the voice of our roommate and adoring fan, Katie, who you may remember from having a pop-up appearance on, week 10.
Yeah, I was talking about the women rugby program of one of the universities in the U.S. being switched for a men's running club.
I like how you're explaining it when she's right there.
Let me just say I am still fuming.
I'm
I'm still fuming about it.
As you should be. Jay is on hiatus this week, so we've got a stand-in this week, and she's going to be helping us with some of the women's sports. Mind you, she's been doing the research for most of the women's sports the last couple weeks anyways, so really she should be here doing it and speaking about it anyways.
Fair enough.
All right, now let's get into our regularly scheduled program. We are going to start with, I guess, a hometown league, but the hometown team had already been eliminated at the time. The CEBL hosted their finals this past week.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of, I guess, trouble with our finals this week. So, Miggy, last week when I was explaining the format, it was supposed to be a best of three. It was supposed to be the first time that the CEBL did a best of three finals. Apparently, the water gods just decided, no, it's a best of one still. We don't care.
But I thought we were playing inside here.
We are. We were and we are. So game one was in Brampton, and about 2 minutes into the game, so much condensation had been pooling up on the court that players were slipping everywhere, and people could literally see like puddles on the court. And between the players, the teams, media staff, the stadium staff, they're just like, we literally can't play this game out.
So there's so much condensation, there's flooding.
Essentially, the court was essentially flooded, and it was completely unsafe to play. So, with the fact that they couldn't play out game one, and if they couldn't play out game two, you can't have a best of two, and they couldn't really afford to completely reschedule the finals, they just decided that they'd have a best of one on August 15th, which would have been the date of game three anyways.
Okay.
Now, speaking of said game, Winnipeg wins 98-84. Winnipeg does... They managed to win the championship for Teddy Allen, if you want to put it that way.
I don't think there's really any other way to look at it.
No. And, throughout the season, usually I'd only give sort of like the player stats and whatnot for our Mambas, but since it is the finals, I think I can make an exception this week.
Who's rolling over his words this week?
It's okay. You've barely said anything this week. There is still time. There's still plenty of time. Katie knows all too well how much you mess up your words. Winnipeg's Xavier Moon, the guy who we just forgot existed because he didn't play for most of the season and then just destroyed us in the conference semis, went off for 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And you go, that's a pretty good stat line. And then you look at his shooting numbers and go, oh, he was efficient too. He went 12 for 18 from the field. So 67% clip and 9 for 14 from 3.
That's another 60%.
Which is another 63-64%. This man decided, you know what? I'm going to get everything and I'm barely going to try.
Yep.
Winnipeg's Simon Hildebrand put up 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
Still pretty solid.
Double-headed dragon here in Winnipeg for this game. Brampton did have some standouts. Sean East Lee put up 27 points and 5 assists. He did have 7 turnovers. And turnovers is going to be a bit of a recurring theme with this game. Brampton's Trayton Flowers put up 20 points. Very efficient numbers. He went 8 for 14 from the field and 8 for 12 from 3. And if you think about those numbers again for a second, he went 8 for 12 from 3. And he only took 2 shots from 2-point range and missed both.
8 for 12 from 3, meaning he took 12 total shots from the 3-point line, but he made 8 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be 24 points? Wouldn't that be 24 points?
Oh, yes, that would be. I definitely wrote that in wrong. Look at you doing math. So, Winnipeg led this game by as many as 17 points. They were up by 17 points, I think, 3 total times. Near the end of the third quarter, and then start of the fourth quarter, and then mid of the fourth quarter. So they were quite comfortably up near the end of the game. Turnovers. Winnipeg had 9 to Brampton's 19.
It's the same thing when they played the Mambas. Mambas had 11, Winnipeg had 2.
It is the same thing. Now, mind you, Winnipeg did outshoot Brampton in this and did overall play better than them, contrary to the Mamba outplaying Winnipeg and just turning over the ball. But I digress. The target score was set as 97 when Winnipeg was up 88 to 74, and Simon Hildebrandt made the championship-winning three-pointer. And that's it for the CBL until 2027.
Hey.
As Mamba, they rebrand, make the playoffs. So they got some promise coming. Now over to another hometown team that is still in the runnings and are the runnings, Miggy.
They are everything. they are the Golden Goose.
They are the champions.
Would it be Golden Geese since there's many of them?
Golden Berries, if we want to do that instead. The Saskatoon Berries win the WCBL championship.
Now, I was telling you this, and you put it in a way that it made sense. I told you we steamrolled these last couple of games. A little bit of foreshadowing. And then you're like, yeah, we showed a little bit of hesitation with the Regina, and after that, nothing.
And that was still very true into the postseason. So, before this week, I guess last week, they had won their series against the Regina Red Sox.
Yeah, in 3 games.
In 3 games. They won 2-1. And they were going up against Moose Jaw Miller Express in the conference finals. And we kind of went, okay, this is top 2 teams. Moose Jaw had a better record. This is going to be close. It's going to be a 3-game series, something like that. No. The Berries decided, it'd be really funny? Not just to sweep them in 2 games, but to have the exact same score in both games. Game 1, 7-4. Game 2, 7-4. Done.
Yeah, they wanted their rest. They wanted the 5 days off.
They wanted the extra days off, yeah. So those games were August 9th and 10th, and then almost a week break until the finals, Game 1 on August 15th, where they beat the Sylvan Lake Gulls 4-1. And you're thinking,
they're respectful.
Yeah. You're thinking, okay, this game was played
more cautiously
at Sylvan Lake.
Yeah. So
kind of stole a game. Gonna come back to Saskatoon. Hopefully we win game 2. But the Gulls are gonna be wanting some revenge. The Berries decided to have none of that. Usually you squash Berries to make the Saskatoon Berry pie. But apparently Berries can squash Gulls now. Because we win 11-1.
Do you think Gull pie would be as good?
I'm gonna say no. Mostly to keep my allegiances with the championship winning Saskatoon Berries. They win 11-1 on home turf to win the championship.
11-1 to win is
it's diabolical. I think they were up 7-0 after the 3rd or 4th inning. It was nuts. It's really funny if you keep up with the Saskatoon Berries Instagram page. They had 3 posts in a row of admins were too excited to post. When we won, so here's the post, and then admins were too excited to post the score, so here's the score. And it was just this ongoing joke of we're so excited that we just keep forgetting to actually give you guys the full information of the fact that we won the championship.
Yeah.
Some postseason standouts for the Berries, and these are some ridiculous numbers.
Well, we put up ridiculous numbers.
So Nick Stinson in the postseason, his batting average was .429. His OPS was 1,143.
Means he was on base almost every.
He averages more than a base per at bat.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy. Ethan Murdoch was our home run leader. He averaged 300. His OPS was .964. He had 3 homers in the 7 games that they played in the postseason.
That's crazy.
Aiden Kilshaw was our RBIs leader. He averaged .333, an OPS of .926. In 9 hits, he had 10 RBIs. Brock Laird averaged .433, an OPS of .888, had 13 hits.
So that was our guy.
That was our hits guy. And here's a cool one. Nathan Houston, he averaged .346, OPS .777, and 9 hits. So you're kind of thinking, kind of a little bit low.
I was about to say, like, why is this
4 stolen bases in 7 games?
That's more of a 0.5 per game.
Yeah. So absolute standouts. And then on the pitching side, Zachary Landerville in 11 2/3 innings pitched had 15 strikeouts and an ERA of 1.2.
Damn.
And then our closer, Wesley Shackelford, 9 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 3 saves, 0 earned runs.
So I think the Blue Jays should sign this guy right away.
I need the Blue Jays to turn their eyes towards the middle of the prairies here and just think about it. Just consider it. Just a little bit. Just consider it a little bit. Continuing our hometown stuff, Blades, still waiting for season opener. We are still waiting for that September 25th rematch against the Raiders.
Well, there is a preseason rematch September 1st against the Raiders.
Oh, even earlier.
It's a preseason.
And seeing as today is August 18th, that's a lot closer than I keep thinking it is. That's 2 weeks away.
Hey, man. I want my hockey back.
You want your hockey back.
I desperately need it.
We are going to start mentioning the Rush a little bit now. We're going to start talking to them a bit more in the coming weeks. Their season is still ways away, though.
Their schedule is projected between September and October. I can't really get it for sure,
Seeing as they started their season in December last year, I'm going to assume closer to an October schedule.
Early October, yeah. Now, the PWHL.
Is it my turn? Okie dokie. So, since it is off season, 2 things have happened. 3, but one of them, it was good. It was kind of nice. So, Boston did, a charity type thing with, a youth group for, kids hockey or whatever. And, yeah, that was kind of fun. I didn't really read much into it because...
I mean, we always do appreciate the
fun.
off-season, community giving back and stuff.
Love Megan Keller. She's a queen for that.
I'd say she's the man, but that phrase seems a little out of taste. I'm gonna say she's the woman. She the girl. She the lady.
Okay, so things that actually did happen, within the actual sport per se. Detroit signed Andrea Brandilli on a 3-year contract. And they also signed Casey Borgil on a 1-year contract. And, yeah.
As Mickey's kind of alluded to in the last week, PWH is a little quiet. Yeah. A little quiet.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's okay.
They'll be back soon. We get to see more of... You know what I really miss about the PWHL is their shorthanded rules.
Oh, I love the jailbreak.
But I feel like we are so spoiled when they're playing and when it happens that now that I don't have it, I'm like, man, I miss hockey, but I miss that even more.
I miss Abby Roque's eye rolls.
That, you know what?
Iconic eye rolls.
You know what? As me as a fan of the phrase, I rolled my eyes so far back, I nearly saw my brain. I appreciate that. I really do.
I just missed I wasn't expecting, and I will be honest, when the PWHL came out, I was not expecting them to be as physical as they are. But there's some hits that even I'm like, oh, damn.
It's because they're used to playing with boys.
Honestly, yeah. A lot of those women, when they didn't have the professional league, they played with, the university guys teams and
when
stuff.
They didn't play with each other, they grew up playing with their brothers or, on a boys' team.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally just... the PWHL is looking at especially Canadian women and going, hey, you have the padding for it now and the reason to go knock some teeth out.
Although the funniest thing I will say when I do watch a game is Katie.
Oh, yeah.
Because something will happen and all you hear is, wow, that was really sassy.
No, really. And the comment wasn't?
Watching the Olympics it was after MPP got injured. And watching Laura Stacy absolutely annihilate. I can't remember who they were playing when MPP got hurt, but absolutely annihilate whatever team they were playing was both heartbreaking and heartwarming.
I love that. The Olympics is still a fun memory. But speaking of hockey, has anything really happened in the NHL?
All right. In the last 3 weeks, all the UFAs and RFAs are still there.
Wait, like not one of them has been touched?
Not one of them has been touched. I took 3 hours of research to second track that, as well as Carter Gauthier declined a 12.5 average contract.
What?
Yeah, so, but the Ducks, last time I checked, only have 9.7. So they're going to have to move some players.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Gauthier might have to take a pay cut at the end of this.
No kidding. I mean, he's asking for 12.5.
Oh,
that's insane.
It's because Carlson's making 18.8.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, the finances of the NHL are gonna. Ugh.
That's why I like Montreal. No one's making above 10.
They're one of the few teams that's financially stable right now.
They want rings. They don't want money. They want rings. But yeah, that's about it. The one that I'm really surprised that is still there is Michael Bunting. I honestly think he is a severely underrated player. But fun fact about our Edmonton, though, Oilers, they have, and I kid you not, 11 goalies on their payroll.
Last I checked, there's usually only one goalie on the ice and one goalie on the bench. Why do they got 11?
They have 11.
Like, between, like, active roster and, like, waivers and, like, retained salary?
Between active roster, their feeder team, like their prospect pools, they have 11.
That seems a little ridiculous.
And they still haven't figured out how to win.
Well, I mean, having 11 goalies doesn't mean you have one good one. Right? Like, you can't quality over quantity at that position.
Exactly, but still, like, at the end of the day, it's a lot.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's a lot. I don't know what they're looking for other than just hoping for a diamond in the rough, and the more rough. But 11 on your payroll between active and feeder teams is kind of crazy.
They're digging. They're digging hard.
At this point, I feel like Edmonton should just accept the fact that any goalie that comes to play for the Oilers just plays bad. Like, we've seen it, 3-4 times in the last few years, where they will bring in a statistically sound goalie.
Well, when they brought in Jack Campbell, and now you don't hear about him.
No, they come to Edmonton, they become Swiss cheese, and then they're out of the league. Like, that is just a fact. It's supernatural, but it's a fact.
Now, we get to hit the field with the NFL. The first preseason has opened. Now, I am not going into stats about these due to the fact that they're mostly rookies. And
it's a lot of games, too.
Not only that, if we are being honest, 70% of these guys are probably not going to play.
Yeah.
In the regular season.
Yeah. Preseason is a lot of basically practice squad teams.
Exactly.
Right.
There's one I'm going to bring up, and that's about it, but that's just because their offensive line was garbage. So Detroit played the Bengals, and the Bengals won 16-14. Green Bay Packers lost to Pittsburgh 28-9. Now we're going into blowout territory because Chris loves blowouts, but they're a little further down here. Next game is actually tied.
So why do you say we're going to the blowouts and then open with a game that is anything but? Like, you could not get less of a blowout than this.
I know.
The point difference is 0.
I know. Just to get a reaction, and it worked. Anyways, the Colts beat the Patriots. 13-all was the score. The Chargers played Houston. Now, Houston, both me and you were like, look, they could be a dark horse team that could be really good. And they lost 27-7. Now, I know this is rookies and first preseason one and like the rust and everything. Yeah, it's still a big blowout.
Yeah, still tough.
Arizona versus Las Vegas was 27-14. Tennessee versus San Fran was 19-13. On Friday, Denver played Atlanta and won 27-7. I'm not surprised there. Denver's supposed to be one of the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay played the Jets and won 24-16. Miami lost to Washington 20-7. And on Saturday, that's the big preseason kind of day. Carolina played against Buffalo. Buffalo won 29-14. Cleveland lost 34-10 against Chicago. Minnesota and New York Giants. The game finished 13-10 for Minnesota, and this is the game I want to talk about.
Okay.
Have you seen the video circulating around about, I think his name is either Jason Dart or Josh Dart, their QB for the Giants? Getting absolutely wrecked.
Honestly, I haven't seen any like NFL videos circulating.
He got
I haven't
sacked.
seen any of them.
He got sacked twice. One, he sat there for 2 seconds, like crunched over, like no help with the O-line. And the second one, his helmet flew.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
If you can't figure your stuff out in preseason 1, okay. Week 2, if this happens again, you got issues.
Here's my thing. Is even in preseason 1, you should be able to protect your quarterback?
Yeah, whether you have new guys or not. Okay, now that we chilled out. The Rams win against KC. Woo! That's about it. I'm pretty happy about that one.
Congratulations, your practice squad won.
Yes, basically. We had our QB that we just drafted. He played well. A couple of receivers that are prospects that played well, and that's about it. Jackson beat New Orleans 24-20. Philly got beat by Baltimore 24-7. Me and you thought that was going to be a tighter game, but
Yeah, guess not.
And then Dallas beat Seattle 17-7.
Can we go back to the Rams and Kansas City game?
Yeah.
Is Travis Kelce still playing?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he would have played in this game.
He wouldn't played in this specific game,
I just
but he's still
wanted to
playing.
know if he was still playing, even though he's married to like the Queen of the World.
Yeah, he's playing, and he's changing his name in the back to Kelsey
Swift.
Is he actually?
As he should.
Yeah, there was rumors that he would do that. I don't know if he's actually gonna do that, but
he should also change his number to 1989.
I don't think they can afford it.
He's not gonna change his number.
I think Taylor Swift can pay enough money to the NFL to allow Travis Kelce to have 4 numbers on
I don't think she can.
He probably
it's gonna be Travis. He's gonna be convincing Travis to change his numbers. Sport people are very.
What's his number right now?
87. I think.
Okay. I feel
Okay. Fact check that. Just?
I'm looking right now.
Even if it was just 89, I feel like he would switch it from 87 to 89, even if it is if it actually is 87.
I don't know. I'm seeing kind of conflicting things. Like I'm seeing some things that are saying he's going to change it to Swift just entirely. I'm seeing some things that are saying he's not changing it at all. So I'm not entirely sure, honestly.
If I married Taylor Swift, I would change my last name to Swift.
Yeah,
too.
well, you're a Swiftie, of course.
But
It seems like the general consensus is that he's just not changing it at all.
Rip.
His number is 87.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he'd change it. Like he spent most of his life with 87.
I will buy a Kansas City jersey with the name Swift and 89 on it.
Go for it. But yeah, no, especially the number, like you were saying, Miggy. Sports guys are so.
My sport doesn't have numbers. I don't understand. I just learned the concept maybe a month ago. the points of a number/name on your shirt.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, superstitions run real deep. So that number's not changing. Not ever, I would go as far as presuming.
Preseason week number 2, though, is coming up. Due to the fact that we finished week 1, 1 and then 2 and then
yes.
3.
So what's the schedule?
Thursday, Las Vegas Raiders will be playing Houston. San Francisco will be playing the Chargers. On Friday, the Jets will be playing the Steelers. The Panthers will be playing the Jaguars.
Oh, that's a fun cat matchup.
Cat fight, yeah. And the Green Bay Packers will be playing the Denver Broncos. On Saturday, Washington will be taking on the Detroit Lions. Buffalo will be taking on Cleveland. Atlanta will be taking on the Colts. The Ravens will be taking on the Vikings. The Saints will be taking on my Rams. The Giants will be taking on Miami. The Giants better figure out their O-line because I don't know how many more of those hits Dart can take.
Dude, the fact that he even took 2
Yeah.
is kind of a miracle that he's still, on the roster.
Chicago will be playing Cincinnati. Philly will be playing the Patriots. KC will be playing Tampa Bay. And Dallas will be playing Arizona. And for Sunday, the lone game is Seattle versus Tennessee.
Nice.
So, again, you get the last game of the week.
I mean, hey, saving the best for last. Although I would say that if we didn't lose 17-7.
Although, you're saying best for last. Well, I kept the CFL for last. So
For last in football. Oh my goodness, I am on cloud 9 with the CFL right now. Can I say that?
You can
I say
your
this?
game.
The BC Lions are back, and boy, am I glad because it coincides perfectly with Rourke being back. The BC Lions beat the Stampeders 30-26, and that was a horrifying game to watch because they were down early. They were down 9-0 after the first quarter. They didn't score until the second. And I think even then, they were down 18-11 at halftime. Rourke is just the answer, apparently. He went 15 of 22, had 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have an interception, though. And with those 300 yards, the Lions had a total of 446 yards. Compared to the Stampeders, only 292.
They had more passing yards than the Stampeders had
In
total yards.
And we only won by 4, which is kind of a scary idea, but a win's a win. A win is a win, especially since the Lions gave up 94 yards in penalties on only 9 calls. So giving up 10 yards per penalty is... I mean, you only gave up 9 penalties, and I guess you made your money's worth out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Horvath did have 102 yards on his 15 carries, so there's your another 102 of the 446 yards. And it says here, thank you, Miggy, for all the research you do on this, that we had 3 players that had 80 plus yards. Hatcher, Jackson, and McInnes. Stampeders, Adams Jr. had a bit of a rough outing. He went 13 for 23, only had 148 yards and 1 touchdown. No interception, though, so we'll take that.
He's only had 2 interceptions, but in the same game. That game's going to haunt him for the rest of his life.
Dude, that's going to haunt him for his life, for the season. The Stampeders they're struggling a little bit right now. BC's on the up and up. I think BC's 5-5 now after that win. Or they're 4-5, something like that. They might be back to 500 already. And my prediction of them going 12-5 is still intact. I know that much.
Yeah, there is. You got to win a lot, but there is.
Hey, look, I told you a couple hours ago, by the end of this regular season, I'm going to be like Kevin Garnett after winning the NBA championship. Anything is possible.
Now, I do want to bring it back, though, to Jackson and McInnes from the Lions. They had 89 yards. So Jackson had 89 yards on 2 receptions. And McInnes had 86 yards on 2 receptions.
Efficiency over I guess, attempts. Quality over quantity.
Exactly, because then you go to Hatcher, which is probably their more down and gritty kind of guy.
Kind of give him the laterals, let him run it out.
Yeah, he's the second and short kind of guy. He went 83 for 7, so he's still above the 10
That's
average.
still very good, yeah. But I mean, when Jackson and McInnes are averaging 44 and a half and 43 yards per reception, that's a lot.
Now, I kind of wish the Bombers lost to this one because that would be awesome.
Man, I was so banking on the Red Blacks getting their first win of the season against the Bombers.
Yeah, because we have a professional Bomber hater here.
see, she brings the voice, the research, and the team hate.
Y'all, I've been hating on the Bombers since 2007.
Veteran hater.
Oh, every time I'm like, oh, the Bombers are doing good this year. She's like, we hate them.
Mig, every time I hear Mig say, oh, I'm such a Rider fan. I moved here after coming from Quebec, and we walked right into a Rider store, and my grandma bought me the whole store. Boy.
She hit you with the boy.
I was raised. If I did not watch a Rider game, my dad had season tickets for probably like 3 years in a row. And I was at, I can't even remember. It was the last Grey Cup that they won. The Riders won.
Oh, it's been a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I was there. My dad bought all the merch. It was great. My feet got very wet and cold.
Sounds like a Riders game.
Every single time. The Labor Day game is always my favorite because I absolutely love hating on the Bombers fans, specifically. I have many memories as a child where I would hate on the other team's fans.
Katie was never at the games to support the Riders. She was there purposely to not support the other team.
I also, one time, did the halftime show with the cheerleaders.
Oh,
so
look at you go. You've been on the field neither me or Miggy has.
I've been a total of twice.
Then again, I used to go to sports camps on the McGill campus field, so like, but that's the Alouettes, not the Riders, so slightly different. The Alouettes, sir. Now, speaking of Bombers and the Red Blacks, the Red Blacks don't win.
No, they lose actually 33-21. They did put a nice first half, but they just couldn't perform in the second. But I think it's time to press the panic button.
It was time to press the panic button 2 weeks ago.
I don't know how none of the coaching staff has been fired. Mayer, their QB, went 28 for 43, but had 314 yards and 2 touchdowns. So it's kind of...
That's the thing. Mayer has actually been playing really well.
Yeah,
he has done more than enough.
I don't know if it's maybe their defense.
It's their defense. I think it's their running game, and I think
their rushing game was non-existent.
Exactly.
But it can't just be the rushing game because they're still putting points. So maybe like they're just the easiest defense to read.
I don't know. I do not know at this point.
Because like the rushing game was non-existent, but they're using everybody when it comes to the passing game. They're making it so hard to cover the passing. So offensively, it's a little hard to say it's not the rushing game's fault.
But here's the thing: is that when you're using that many receivers, you don't have a go-to, which means you don't have any point to force the opposing defense.
That's another thing
to guard, right? That's why you have a wide receiver 1, right? You have that guy. He either gets you big yards or he draws 3 to 4 guys to him. And your wide receiver 2 and 3 can, get plays in.
But then if we go to the defense, the Bombers had 3 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. So they can't have a stop. They're not trying to force the pass in the red zone. So there's like a multitude of problems in Ottawa right now.
It has been said multiple times, especially by sort of like CFL commentators in Red Blacks games. There's a lot wrong with this team, from coaching to like offensive, defensive line to rushing. Mayer is about the only silver lining on that team right now. And the fact that your only silver lining is performing well enough for you to realistically have at least a couple wins, and the fact that you still haven't won a game says a lot of bad about the rest of your.
So now we come to what's more probable, 1-9 or 0-10.
We'll have to see who they play in the next week.
0-10.
Yeah, yeah. I just looked at they're going 0-10. We'll come back next week.
We'll keep going down this, and we'll go back to that. But Oliveira from Winnipeg had a game, had 74 yards on 11 attempts and 80 yards on 80 receptions. On 8 receptions, not 80 receptions. That'd be real bad.
That'd be pretty sad, actually.
But they've been using him as a kind of switch player between receiving and passing, and it's obviously working.
Swiss Army knife, man. Dual threat.
Argos and Elks. Elks dominated. There's not really much to say about this game. The defense came up with 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 7 pass deflections.
42-12. I don't think domination quite encapsulates that.
They got what they deserve.
Yeah, that's kind of a catastrophic win. Armageddon.
It's a win that the Elks needed after I think losing 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah.
The Ticats beat the Riders 26-19. It was 19-10 at one point for the Riders.
Yikes.
And then the Tiger Cats scored 16 in the fourth.
Oh, wow.
So they pulled a Riders on the Riders.
Yeah.
Harris got picked off twice. We've been talking about how Harris is kind of a hit or miss. Like, yeah, he's had his really good games, but sometimes it's just like...
Every now and again, he kind of shows you that he's kind of getting a little old.
Yeah. Hamilton had both their QB sharing the workload. So Ford went 13 for 17, 151 yards and 1 touchdown. And Frost went 12 for 16, 112 and 1 touchdown. So can't really complain.
No.
If you combine that all together, it's 25 for 33. And Hamilton Wheatfall went 108 yards on 9 receptions. So that is as efficient as you can get. Now, the Birds had a bye, but now, as we were laughing earlier, they also have another bye because they're going to be facing the Red Blacks. If the Red Blacks win this one, I will personally go buy a Red Blacks jersey.
No.
Dude, remember when the NBA playoffs were happening and I kept saying, I don't know ball because the weird crap that was going on? If the Red Blacks win this, I quit. I give up. And sure, you can say, oh no, Chris, like that, like, there's nothing wrong in expecting the obvious and the 1 in 90 chance happens every. No, if the Red Blacks win this, we're all done.
Be the end of triple
What's the
threat.
point?
The next episode's gonna be like, yeah, hello guys, this is the last episode. It was fun. See you guys next time.
This is our farewell. The Red Blacks are 1 in 9, and the Alouettes were the culprit. Goodbye.
On Friday,
anyways,
the Bombers will be facing the Elks. Katie, who you think's winning that one?
I'm gonna go with not the Bombers because they suck.
See what I mean here?
Well, here's the thing: is I was sitting here staring at her as she's thinking. I'm just like, don't say the Elks. Please just say not the Bombers. Please just say not the Bombers.
On Saturday, the Ticats will be playing the Argos, and on Sunday, me and you are going to have to find a way to watch this game because the Riders will be facing the Lions.
Yo, we will go to my dad's house and watch it on his 75-inch TV, and we can have slushies and all the popcorn, and I can just reminisce.
I'm going to have to find somebody to cover my Monday shift for that game. Because, like, what time of the day is that game?
7, I think.
Like,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, he's getting old.
5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. Okay, yeah. So I'm off work then. I can get somebody to come in early or something. We are watching that game. I am having my special drinks, and we are going to have a time.
There will be fist fights.
I will fight somebody. It's probably going to be Mickey.
Because it's gonna be a whole lot of.
It's gonna be a lot of doing the suck it celebration. One of us going, whoosh, oh, I should not have done that.
But that's pretty much all I got
That's
for
a scene
football.
for next week. I don't know who. I mean, realistically, by process of elimination, I could figure out who has a bye next week, and I'm pretty sure it is the Stampeders.
Yeah.
They have a bye next week, so they lose to the Lions, and then they need a little bit of a mental break after that defeat.
You're gonna be riding that high for a while.
Oh yeah, bud. BC Lions gonna be 5-5 after next week. I feel it. Gonna be riding the high. Gonna be riding high after being the Riders.
Yeah, sure, bud.
Now, moving on to the NBA. I'd say nothing has happened. There have been no trades, no transactions, no signings, no hirings. But potentially the biggest thing of the summer has happened for any Raptors fans. The Kawhi Leonard investigation is finally done. The league has found no foul play and has deemed Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers innocent, and thus the trade has gone through. Kawhi Leonard is once again a Toronto Raptor. And on top of that, there are more rumors that Miggy brought to me about an hour ago. And I kind of went, I'm pretty sure those are old rumors, Miggy. And then I looked at my Instagram and went, oh no, they're not. They are active live rumors right now. There are rumors that Kyrie Irving might be going to the Raptors. Now, mind you, that a trade involving Kyrie Irving would likely involve the Raptors giving up draft picks, Jacoby Walter, and probably Emmanuel Quickly. The only part of that trade package I don't like giving up is Jacoby Walter. The draft picks and Emmanuel Quickly for Kyrie, 100%. Jacoby Walter, I'd be a little sad by, but it's Kyrie Irving. It's Kyrie freaking Irving. And then on top of that, the rumors about the Toronto Raptors signing DeMar DeRozan
are heating
up again along with this. So as a Raptors fan, I'm sitting here going, if we get Kyrie and DeRozan and have a big three of Kyrie, Kawhi, and Scotty Barnes, and then we have guys like RJ Barrett and DeMar DeRozan and stuff like that. You said it earlier, Miggy. I'm going to say it now. A Timberwolves Raptors finals is actually a legit possibility.
I was just messing around, and then you punching in the numbers, and you're like, yeah?
Like the Raptors right now with Kawhi already looking like sort of contenders. They get Kyrie too. Brother, I'm going to buy so much Toronto Raptors merch, I won't be able to afford to watch the games.
Damn.
Now, speaking of which, the Raptors, or not the Raptors, but like all team schedules have been released. For the Raptors, their first regular season game is going to be October 21st against Chicago. And for the Timberwolves, seeing as Miggy, you follow them, their first regular season game is going to be the 21st as well against Miami. So we got 2 games we can watch on the 21st. But the most important games of the regular season for us are the Raptors-Timberwolves matchup games.
Which happens twice.
It happens twice because it's cross-conference. They play October 25th and January 7th.
So it's actually not as far off as I thought.
No, well,
because I was expecting one in October and one end of year.
Yeah, so October 25th is game 3. So we get a matchup start of the season, and then we get a matchup sort of 2/3 of the way through the season.
Well, we got a matchup right after Christmas break, basically.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm here for it. I don't know how many other households or people have Raptors and Timberwolves specific followings that these games are that important.
Nada.
Yeah. So
I don't want to say zero, but
so the fact that we get to stumble into an NBA schedule that gives us this kind of timeline, I'm here for it. I'm feeling it.
Now I will say, just for the sake of the rivalry, I'll put my Habs game on the tablet. just so we can see the Raptors and Wolves on
It's
the
okay.
big
We'll
screen.
have a TV. I've got my computer. You'll have your tablet. We got a laptop somewhere. We can watch everything. Maybe. We'll see how many subscriptions we need and how many screens we can use.
We're gonna have the like Doctor Doom layer with like the 6 screens. Like,
Oh god, yeah. All the supervillains and superheroes and their layers. Just like, yes. My 2 eyes see all 3 dozen of my screens. What's that over there? Oh yes, the MLB and the Blue Jays being wildcard contenders again.
yeah,
The Blue Jays have decided to become one of the hottest teams in the last 2 weeks. They have won, 5, 6, maybe 7 series in a row.
yeah.
They before tonight, which mind you, they won. Before tonight, they were 7-3 in their last 10 and like 12-5 in their last 17. This team got hot at the right time and has given the Blue Jays faithful a lot to be happy about. Now, speaking of a lot to be happy about, there's some players that, Miggy, I know you're really happy about.
Yeah.
So, going to the scores from this past week, August 11th, we beat the Red Sox 5-3. Bateman, who's been a big guy for you recently, Miggy, goes 2 for 4, has a double and 2 RBIs. Miles Straw also goes 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. The Blue Jays were 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position, which is not something I get to say that often this year, but they were actually efficient when they had guys in scoring position.
You send me a Instagram reel that said that the Jays have 3 of the 6 pitchers that are at under a 2 ERA.
Basically, by and large, the Blue Jays have 3 of the best relievers in the league.
And then you were like, why are we still losing? And I sent you 4 letters. RISP.
Well, I was sitting here going, we've got some of the best relievers. We got Varland, Rogers, and Miles, I think it is.
Straw, yes. No, just
No,
Miles.
just Miles, yeah. And then I'm like, what are our starting pitchers like? Cease, Cy Young candidate, Savage, so on and so forth. So I'm going like, okay, so our pitching staff is good, and we're supposed to have okay-ish bats and very good defense. How are we losing? And then you're like, runners in scoring position. And I go, oh yeah. Yep, 3 for 7 is pretty nice. August 12th, 6-4 win against the Red Sox. Soriano, guy we picked up at the trade deadline, pitches 6 innings, only allows 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Solid outing from the kid. Okamoto, 2 for 3, had a double and RBI. Clement went 1 for 3 and had 2 RBIs. Straw went 2 for 4 and had 2 RBIs. So our bats are heating up, and we're getting some production from the whole field. Now, August 13th is a little ugly. We lose 7-0 against the Red Sox. We do still win that series 2-1, but that was a rough game. And another thing I don't often get to say, Max Scherzer was not at fault for this game.
No.
He was the starting pitcher of this game. He pitched 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, and 4 strikeouts. And we lose 7-0. Now, of course, losing 1-0 or 7-0 was still a loss, seeing as we didn't score anything. But Max Scherzer pitched a great game, and yeah. August 14th, 3-1 win against the Yankees. Shane Bieber, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts. Alejandro Kirk, 2 for 3, a home run, a double, and 2 RBIs.
Kirk is Kirkin.
Kirk is Kirkin. Now, before I continue, the reason this is, again, another big week is because the Red Sox and Yankees are not just 2 teams that are in our division, above us in record, and had been super hot. The fact that we're beating these teams...
Yeah.
I was just hoping we could compete against these teams, but we're beating them. August 15th, 4-1 win against the Yankees. Charles McAdoo, your second guy that
recently he's been my second guy. Yeah.
2 for 4, had a double and 2 RBIs. Louis Varland, another save on the year. I think it makes number 28. He went 1 inning pitched, 3 strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, done. Ricky Tiedemann, who was the Blue Jays, I think, top prospect, that had been sort of injured and kind of off of the radar for months now, he had to start this game. Or yeah, I think he started this game. He pitched 1 2/3, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, and 2 strikeouts. So more good news for the Jays as they continue to kind of win games and put up a fight for the wild card is the fact that they're getting some guys back from the injury list and guys that haven't seen much time this year, and they're performing okay. We do end this last week with a loss, unfortunately, a 4-3 loss against the Yankees, but we still win that series, of course.
I think that would have been diabolical if we won.
I mean,
swept the Yankees.
I was really hoping we win this. Because Cease, he pitched 6 1/3. He allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs, had 10 strikeouts, and he reached the 200 strikeout mark on the season.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we'd win this, but I mean, again, we competed. That was the big thing. Like, we're winning all these, and even in the loss, we competed. Andres Jimenez, he went 2 for 4 and had an RBI. So the Blue Jays are looking like our team again. They're looking like the team that we all kind of fell in love with, end of last regular season going into the postseason.
Yeah.
Because I know that, especially for me, I hadn't really been paying attention to them until the end of last regular season.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, we got to think about this. 3 to 4 weeks ago, we were like, season's basically done. Let's just watch this to have fun.
I mean, we were sellers at the trade deadline.
Yeah, we got to look at the definition of that. Because how can you sell and then go like 12 and 6
and then improve? I don't know.
Not have Guerrero playing.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Actually, you know what? Get to that quickly. So, upcoming games, we have a 3-game series against the Rays, 18th through the 20th of August. So they had their first game today, and they did actually win that. Then we have a 3-game series against the Yankees again, August 21st through 23rd. Got a day off on the 24th, and then we start a 3-game series against the KC Royals on the 25th. Speaking of Laddie, he's out with a concussion, and his return is still to be determined. So he's out properly for a while. Spencer Aranghetti, who we got at the trade deadline, he is currently out with Morton's neuroma in his right foot. They're expecting him to return late August. He did throw a rehab start on August 16th, where he threw 50 pitches over the course of 3 2/3 innings. Jameson Taillon, he had a start, I think, this past week where he pitched quite well, but then he had to leave the game due to tightness in his right arm, and it got diagnosed as right forearm tendonitis. He's likely out the remainder of the regular season.
Yikes.
They're hoping that they'll get him in to throw a bit of bullpen on August 20th. Something like that. But otherwise, the Jays, statistically speaking, they have the easiest remaining schedule in the league.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're heating up, they have an easy schedule, and they are, I think with the win tonight, they are in a wild card spot, or at least tied for the last AL wild card spot. This team might actually have some postseason ball in them, which you and I especially did not think a few weeks ago.
No, I was completely sold on the Blue Jays just having an off-season. Injuries did not help us. Our stars are not kind of performing the way they should be. Guerrero hasn't hit a home run at home since last year. And, I'm not kidding.
No, he has not hit a home run since last year.
Yeah, to the day. And now I'm like, okay, let's chill, guys.
I mean, I don't blame Blue Jays fans, because we started the season, had a whole bunch of injuries and a whole bunch of mishaps. Then we had this whole, few, just kind of dead months of just losing records every month. And now suddenly it's like, oh, I can get the Blue Jays jersey out of the closet again. But that's all I've got for the Jays in the MLB, which means that we get to go on to the Women's Professional Baseball League. So I think Katie gets to speak a little bit again.
Y'all.
Or at least lead the conversation.
I have been waiting. I've been sitting on my couch, absolutely giddy over this league. So, I did not realize I needed this league until it came out. It was announced. And so, funny thing, I actually did a like 10-page essay last year for one of my history classes on like the all girls or all American girls professional baseball league. And so like I like seeing the WPBL pick up like where they left off, but like modernized. Oh my gosh. The fact that they've made Maybell, oh my god, I cannot remember her name.
I guess you could say that you're having a field day with this.
Yeah, that's a knee slapper right there. That's real funny.
Yeah, that one was bad.
Yeah, anyway, so, like, these games are, like, absolutely crazy. So we'll start with August 12th. LA Queens lose to the San Francisco Firebells, which I have to make a note right now. The San Francisco Firebells are my favorite team. Mainly only because of Kelsey Whitmore.
Okay, so you don't have a favorite team, you've got a favorite
I'm
player.
one of those, like, I don't watch sports for the team, I watch sports for the player. Unless it's a CFL.
No, that's fair enough.
I swear, if there's a Bombers and like any game, she'll be like, "Go not Bombers."
Go not Bombers. Anybody but the Bombers.
But yeah, anyway, so in this game, Kelsey Whitmore hit 3 home runs. And she... Oh, wait, let me read my note here. On August... Totaling 6 points that she contributed out of 8 for this whole game. She scored... Now, I might need one of you to help me say this, because when I saw the video for it, I was like, I have no idea what that is, but okay.
That's fine. What we're here for.
So, she contributed for the Firebells 3 from scoring and 3 from batting and runners. So I know what batting and runners is, but what is scoring?
So she contributed 3 runs. Sorry, 6 runs with her 3 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 3 home runs, on each of those home runs, she herself ran in 3 times. Right? So that would be the 3 from her quote unquote scoring.
Okay.
And then the other 3 runs, which were, I don't know if she hit 3 2-run homers or a 1-1 and a whatever, but the other 3 would be from the other runners that came in because of her home run.
Gotcha.
So she got 6 RBIs, which is runners batted in, or sort of runners scored. 3 of those were herself.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm new to baseball. I only started watching it a month ago.
Because of Kelsey Whitmore.
Literally less than a month ago, actually. Anyway, moving on to August 13th, Boston Hunters beat New York Heights 6-1. Yeah. August 14th, LA Queens lose to the San Francisco Firebells 3-17.
Okay, that's a blowout.
How?
That's one.
I didn't know baseball games could go that high.
Oh yeah. They're not supposed to. Generally speaking, baseball games are supposed to be, stay in single digits.
As we're finding out, though, this is a very, the women's game versus the men's game is very high scoring.
Honestly, looking at these scores that you have here, kind of. But baseball in general has just become more and more high scoring anyways. But, I mean, hey, props to the women. They got the hot bats.
Literally. Anyway. Yeah, so in this game, Firebells were up by 3 in the first inning, then extending their lead with 3 more home runs. 1 from Alexa George, and 2 from Kelsey Whitmore, my icon. I love her. And...
To anybody who's watching, I don't think you understand just how accurate that statement is. In her notes, and I will read this for verbatim. With the August 12th game, when they beat the Queens, she has written here, Kelsey Whitmore hit 3-run home run, August 12th, totaling 6 points. She contributed for the Firebells, 3 from scoring, 3 from batting and runners. And you're like, oh, that's great. And the next sentence, a literal icon in all caps.
Now we go to August
Now we
14th.
go to August 14th. I kid you not. There are no other notes for any of the other games except for the Firebells games. For the August 14th game, as she just said, 1 home run from Alexia George and 2 from Kelsey Whitwer, including her first Grand Slam in the league. And then in brackets, I love her so much, crying face emoji.
Well, like, literally 2 days apart, girl did 5 home runs. Like, what?
And I'm not saying that that's bad. That's great. I love your notes and how biased you
Talk
Yeah.
her way.
I did find Kelsey Whitmore before I ever knew anything about the WPBL or before it was ever even announced.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the fact that I heard that she was going to be a part of this league and that she was like #1 overall draft pick.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, okay, I need a jersey now. Like, and I guess I'm supporting the Firebells.
Honestly, fair enough.
Okay, anyway,
Moving on.
August 15th, San Francisco Firebells beat New York Heights 11-6.
High scoring games. She's right. Very high scoring games.
Yeah, nothing really notable other than Kelsey Whitmore. I absolutely love her. And Danae Benitez. I don't remember how to say her name. Anyway, I apologize to you. Because, yeah, those two...
I feel like I'm going to turn around in my room and just see a freaking Whitmore shrine.
Oh, yeah.
It'll happen. Benitez. Oh, yeah, that's how you say her name. Benitez, and then whatever the other one is. Ashton, I don't remember her last name.
It's going to be an MPP shrine at some point.
I am... Oh, man. Oh, man. Don't even get me started. Okay. Yes. And then on August 15th as well, LA Queens beat the Boston Hunters 13-3. Not surprising there. Also, I just want to throw in there the LA Queens have this one girl, and I believe her name, Britt. Cannot remember last names. Anyway, she was born with like a short forearm or something, so she like only has one hand. So she
interesting.
Yeah, so she had to make like a special prosthetic for herself so that she can hold a bat.
Huh.
And I'm like, girl, this is so funny because like she makes jokes about it all the time, and literally her entire team does too. And it's so funny because her birthday just passed, and like their team captain or whatever got her a cake. And oh, I can't remember what it said, but it made like a nub pun, and it was so funny. Yeah, because they call it the nub, and it's so funny.
I love that. I do very much enjoy that.
It's literally it's like a whole thing. Okay. And then August 16th, Boston Hunters won against the New York Heights 9-7. Yeah, okay. And then upcoming games for next week, New York Heights versus San Francisco Firebells.
I think we know who Katie's supporting in that game.
Yeah.
Yo, all of these, I absolutely love every single one of these team captains for all 4 of these teams, honestly. Like, I did not realize how fast I would grow to love them. Granted, so, hot take, I've discovered that, watching baseball is boring, no matter who's playing.
It doesn't matter how fiercely you support somebody, if they're sports born, it's boring.
Okay, so like I thought it was gonna be like the PWHL where it was like I would see a men's game and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, it's cool, it's funny when they fall down, whatever. And then I watched the women's game and I was like, bro, this is so much fun. I see why you're like absolutely obsessed with this. But then like I'll watch a Blue Jays game and I'll be like, this is what? I'm so bored right now. This is like watching golf. And then, and then I watched the first PWHL game. Or WPBL game.
There we go.
Thank you. Okay. The first WPBL game that I ever watched was Boston Hunters and New York Heights, and I was still bored. I was like, I love watching this and supporting this, but dude, what? I'm so bored.
You love the players and all of it.
I love the idea of it, but I cannot watch it.
The honesty is palpable.
Like, yeah, okay. So, August 20th, Boston Hunters versus the New York Heights. Hopefully, they win a game at some point because they have been on a losing streak and I feel awful for them. Because they literally have like the best team captain ever. And August 21st, LA Queens versus San Francisco. That's gonna be quite the game to watch. I always want to watch those games, but like I'm always busy, and so it always makes me so mad because the only games I can ever watch is Boston and New York. Okay, and then the 22nd, San Francisco versus Boston, as well as New York versus LA. And then the 23rd, New York versus San Francisco. Yeah, they're about to have another beatdown in 1 week. Again. In like not even a week.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we segue? I'm not a good seguer.
You're not a good seguer. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Miggy and I have been doing this for a while.
I'm not as in practice as men.
No, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Because realistically, what we're going on to next is just the quiet boy sitting over there in the corner. I keep looking at you and I'm like, you gonna add anything there, Miggy?
I didn't want to ruin her thing.
They want to ruin it. You talk over me all the time.
Well, yeah, but we're at week 33.
He knows though. He's been hearing me yammer on about Kelsey Whitmore for like 2 weeks. So
yeah, so then you know when to interrupt.
I mean, fair, but
speaking of Miggy, we got some North American soccer, and that is your shtick.
It's actually JAYS, but I'll cover it.
I
suppose so.
Y'all's shtick.
I'll be the nice guy.
Y'all's shtick. I don't know.
So the League Cup phase 1 is done. The 8 teams that move on of the 36 have been picked. It is a very short kind of single elimination go, and it's going to start next Tuesday. So on last Tuesday, Columbus played the Pumas. They won, but it was tied in regulation and then won on penalty kicks 3-2. Cincinnati lost 2-1 to Atlas. Minnesota won 3-1 against Atlante. A 2-goal performance from Pereira. And what's more impressive about that is it's 2 goals in 11 minutes. It was in the 76th minute and the 87th minute. Charlotte lost against Pachuca. Real Salt Lake won 3-0 against Juarez. And Vancouver and the Tigers tied 1 apiece in regulation. And again, Tigers won 5-4. I think Tigers have won every single one of their games in penalty kicks. Wednesday, Miami lost to Leon. Leon with a comeback win. It was 1-0 Miami. Leon then tied it up at 1-1. Miami then brought it back to 2-1, and then Leon tied it and then took the lead late in the game. Orlando and Atletico San Luis tied at 2 in regulation, and then Orlando won 5-3 in the penalty kicks. Dallas and Toluca. Dallas had the first goal in the 8th minute. Toluca had the second goal in the 9th minute of the game. It was very quick. It was like not a lot of time of celebration between 2 goals here. San Diego won against Puebla. LAFC won against Querétaro. And Seattle lost 2-1 against Guadalajara. See, got it first. You watched last episode, didn't you?
No, but reading that, even I wouldn't know how to pronounce that.
Jay made me try this like 7 times last.
Had to come in and practice.
Yeah. On Thursday, Philly lost against Santo Luguana. NYC lost 2-1 against Necaxa. Austin and America tied 1-1, and Austin won 6-5 in penalty kicks. Chicago beat Cruz Azul 2-1, and Portugal beat Tijuana 3-1. And that is the end of phase 1. There now remain only 8 teams.
Did he install Duolingo? I don't think I've heard him pronounce non-English things this well before.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the in everything.
Like, Hasn't tripped over his words once yet.
It's crazy.
Well, Querétaro, it did.
Not really.
Yeah, it was there. It was pretty good.
I've heard
Okay.
you trip harder.
Yeah, I've heard him hit the floor in the middle of the night when he needs to go to the bathroom.
I told you this in confidence.
You know it really hurts when he swears in French.
Okay. So the League Cup quarterfinals is Monterrey versus Chicago, Leon versus Real Salt Lake, Toluca versus Austin, and America versus Columbus. So out of 36 teams, there's only 8 that continues.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell, is the 8 teams that went undefeated. Now in the regular season that picked back up on the 15th and the 16th, Atlanta beat Red Bull New York 2-1. Montreal and DC tied at zips. Charlotte and Columbus battled. Charlotte came out with the win 3-1. Charlotte opened up the game with 2 goals in 9 minutes. They scored in the first minute and in the 9th minute.
I love like blowout games and games where it's like scoring and whatnot, especially when it comes to soccer. But why does every week we have these games where teams are scoring immediately off the kickoff? That's not supposed to happen.
As a coach, I'd be so upset. Getting scored on the first minute, it's like, dude, we got 89 more minutes to go. You guys better get something.
Like, I would be so upset.
And
right?
then you let another one 8 minutes later.
Like, what do? You just leave the pitch. Like, hey, ref, I want to sub the whole team.
I bet you he yelled at his crew in halftime. Orlando and Cincinnati tied at zip. Not at zip, at ones, sorry. Toronto beat New England 2-1. Houston beat LA 1-0. LA Galaxy, in case you're going to ask. Nashville won 4-1 against Miami. Now, Miami has Neymar. Messi missed a penalty shot, and it was a 3-goal second half from Nashville. So Nashville is still showing that they're the big dogs. Colorado won 2-0 against Scouting KC. Real Salt Lake and Minnesota tied at 1.
So when is Scouting KC going to turn into Finding KC? Or Found KC?
When they find it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still scouting.
They're still looking?
Yeah. LAFC lost to San Diego 1-0. San Jose lost to St. Louis 3-1, and it's a 2-goal performance for St. Louis Beecher.
Nice.
Sunday, August 16th, Chicago beats Portland. New York City beats Philly in the negatives, because they didn't. Philly beats New York City 3-2.
Good recovery, bud. Good recovery.
Well, okay, don't blame me on this one. New York City had a 2-0 lead coming in the second half. And then Philly scored in the 48th, the 69th, and the 75th minute.
So why is that good recovery?
Like, as a coach, you're like, we got 2-0 lead, just play defense. And then you play 30 minutes.
Just 11 behind the ball.
30 minutes. And you got to call a timeout and be like, so guys, we were up 2-0.
Why are we down 1?
Well, where's the defense?
What happened?
Austin lost to Dallas 2-1, and Vancouver won against Seattle 2-0. Now, that's kind of I read that, and the first thing that came to mind was the Canucks beat the Seahawks.
Hey, look, do not get me confused with these teams and think that I got friendly fire going on here.
I saw that and I was like, Chris gonna be confused.
I'm gonna be real upset, real happy at the same time. And no, I'm just happy. I'm just happy.
Okay,
This is not a Seattle team I care about.
Yeah, I'm gonna rapid fire these next games because they're catching up due to the Leagues Cup. So
Yeah.
there's a lot.
Poor MLS. You got the FIFA World Cup, and then this other
Leagues
cup,
Cup.
this League
Yeah.
Cup, and you're just like, y'all, our scheduling.
Yeah, you gotta fit it in there.
Go.
It's like when you have a full garbage bag and you're just trying to press it down to have more room.
Oh, wow, way to call a league garbage. That is a crazy analogy.
Anyways, Wednesday, Columbus plays against Montreal, DC plays against New England, Cincinnati will play against New York City, Orlando plays against Chicago, and then Philly will play against Miami. Red Bull New York will play against Nashville. Nashville will probably win this one. Toronto will play against Charlotte. Scouting KC will be playing against St. Louis. Minnesota will be playing against Atlanta. Colorado will be playing against LAFC. Real Salt Lake will be playing against Dallas. Seattle against Austin. LA versus San Jose. Portland versus San Diego. And Vancouver versus Houston. Saturday. Montreal will be playing LA. Charlotte will be playing DC. Cincinnati will be playing Seattle. Miami will be playing Toronto. Orlando, Salt Lake City. Red Bull New York will be playing Chicago. Austin will be playing Philly. Nashville will be playing Columbus. St. Louis will be playing Houston. Vancouver will be playing Dallas. LAFC will be playing Portland. San Diego, Colorado. And San Jose to Miami. Sunday, New England will be playing New York City. And Atlanta will be playing Scouting KC.
You know, I really should have timed you on that. Because I think you took 3 breaths and only, stuttered once.
I gotta say, that was impressive.
That was a
was
solid
impressive.
run, buddy. That was a
said I was running through it.
Yeah, and you ran through.
Sprinted through it.
He sprinted through the reinforced concrete wall. And yet, he's still not done.
No, and just because I gave Katie crap for this earlier, she can give me crap for it. I don't have my CPL finished.
Wow.
Hey, I mean, it takes some cojones to admit that you didn't finish your research on air, but you know what? Props to you, bud.
Yeah, so we'll go with the one game that I'm certain of. As I talk, I'll try to get the other ones up and running.
We are researching on air, I guess.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be doing that. So the first game we have is the Pacific versus the Vancouver, which Vancouver decided not to get the easy win. And they tied at 1. That was on Friday. On Saturday, top dogs versus top dogs here.
Honestly, it was a top dog type score, too.
Yeah, as top dog as you can get. 2-1 for Cavaliers. Forge could have kept this to keep the battle tight, but the Cavs take it. On Sunday, we had 2 games. The battle... There was a battle, and then a Y battle? A battle Y? A Y?
I don't know what he's trying to reference to.
There was a game that was supposed to be tight and a game that shouldn't have been tight.
Oh, I got you. So there was a battle and then there was a why were you so close?
Yes.
What?
So Supra versus Ottawa, 2-1 for Ottawa, so that's pretty good. Ottawa needs every point they can get to kind of keep on trucking forward. Now, this is the one I'm kind of like, how did Halifax keep it tight with Toronto 4-3?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, because from what I've been picking up from what you've been laying down about the CPL for most of their season is that the Wanderers have been wandering.
Yes.
And haven't really found the pitch in recent weeks. So how they managed to not only stay within 1, but also score 3 times is kind of beyond me, and it's kind of impressive.
You want to know what's even more impressive? It was 3-0 for Toronto after the 25th minute.
Okay, so if we just look at minute 26 and onwards, the Wanderers actually won.
Yes. They had a penalty kick at the 45th plus 4th minute from Miguel Arila. And then on the 56th minute, they had another tally by Rampersad. And on the 77th minute, Johnston scored the 3rd goal for the Wanderers.
I mean, hey, nothing like a team in the basement clawing their way back and putting up a fight.
Exactly.
I'll give them props for that.
Now, surprisingly, usually we only have like 3 or 4 games. Next week coming up, we actually have 6.
We're pretty jam-packed this coming week.
Yes,
yeah.
So we have Forge playing against Supra. Ottawa playing versus Vancouver on Wednesday. Saturday, we have Halifax playing Vancouver. We have Cavalry playing Ottawa, and we have the Forge playing Pacific.
So we have the whole league playing on Saturday.
Basically.
Right?
And then on we're missing 2 teams. On Sunday would be Toronto versus Supra. So, busy week in the soccer world. Talking about the soccer world. How about we go to the women's side?
Okay.
We're really just featuring Katie as much as we can here.
Because,
well.
like,
Hey,
literally,
you did the research. You know what you're talking about. I'm here to learn.
The future is female.
I'm here to learn.
Okay. August 14th. Gotham beat Casey Current 2-1. Utah Royals beat Bay FC 3-2. Seattle Reign FC beat Chicago Stars 1-0. And San Diego Wave tied with Denver Summit 1-1. August 15th. Racing Louisville beat Boston Legacy 4-1. Portland Thorns beat Orlando Pride 2-1.
That's not very prideful.
No, see, the reason I'm making that face is why are there so many racing teams in non-racing sports?
I know.
Like, I really want to point this out because there's Racing Louisville. There's another racing team in one of the Bundesliga. There was a Racing 92 in the top 14 rugby league. But is there some cultural significance with the word racing?
I could get behind the Racing Louisville because, like, Louisville's in Kentucky, and then I think racing as in horse racing, and then I think Kentucky Derby.
That makes sense.
Okay, see, that makes sense. But even that, look, why is there so many racing teams that aren't racing? Like, this is going to be my new stoppage time. This is I've sort of gotten over my soccer stoppage time shenanigans. This is my new thing. What is it with the racing and the non-racing sports?
Let's come up with more creative names, y'all.
Please.
Too many of the same.
Anyways,
August 16th, North Carolina Courage lost to Houston Dash 2-3. Angel City FC tied with Washington Spirit 1-1. And this is this week, right? 19th to 23rd.
19th to 23rd. Yeah, that'd be
amazing. So the game's coming up this week. Well, I didn't want to say game's coming up next week when it's actually this week. Anyway.
I mean, that's just an English thing. Like this week, as in like this calendar week, or like next week, as in just the upcoming 7 days. It's kind of whatever you want.
Upcoming games this week. August 19th.
All that effort to explain it, and she just ignores me.
August 19th, Racing Louisville versus Seattle Reign FC. As well as Houston Dash versus Chicago Stars. August 21st, San Diego Wave versus Utah Royals FC. August 22nd, Casey Current versus Seattle Reign FC. As well as North Carolina Courage versus Boston Legacy. And Portland Thorns versus Denver Summit. And then the 23rd, Chicago Stars versus Racing Louisville.
That's my team now. I suppose.
I just like how she's like, Chicago Stars versus Racing Louisville.
To those audio-only viewers, Miggy just made a joke of Katie pausing and then looking in Chris's general direction before saying Racing Louisville. Thank you for your time.
Continuing on, Washington Spirit versus Orlando Pride, Bay FC versus Houston Dash, and Angel City FC versus Gotham.
They've got a lot of games this upcoming week.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Probably because, like, WAFCON is done. And,
yeah, WAFCON.
Which was the team that's been struggling because their captain's not there?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
So their assistant captain is currently, well, I guess she was dominating with Malawi. So she and her sister are over there carrying the Malawi team all the way to FIFA Women's World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah, a little
bit. Did I spoil some spoils?
No.
I thought that was last week. Anyway.
I like how she's just like, oops.
I'm just a girl.
Okay, Canadian League, which is the Northern Super League. I actually love that name though. Like that's an original name.
Northern Super League.
Whoever made up that name should make up everybody's names. Like
Everybody's
team
name.
names, all the team names. Like everybody,
Super League.
like everybody that's got like a same name, they should just rename both of those teams to something more original.
So here's the plan. We get all the racing teams in the same room and go, duke it out. Figure it out.
I don't care you play different sports.
But we all play different sports. I will put you all on a track right now to see who's the more racing of the racing teams.
Okay. NSL, August 15th. Wow! Calgary beat Ottawa 4-3.
Calgary's got another win.
Against top dog.
Yeah.
And then Vancouver beat Halifax 2-1. And then August 16th, Toronto lost to Montreal 0-2.
I don't care what sport that always makes me happy.
The Montreal-Toronto matchup.
Okay, games coming up this week. August 22nd, Ottawa versus Vancouver. And August 23rd, Halifax versus Toronto and Montreal versus Calgary.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
Stuff. Well, congratulations, Katie. You went from a cameo to a full North American episode.
Yes.
And you got to... You were all the woman.
I got to yammer for more than 5 minutes.
You got to yammer, and we all know who Kelsey Whitmore is now. He's looking at me like, God damn it, Chris, I was going to say that.
Stay tuned next week for a whole monologue on Danae Benitez.
Oh my God.
She's just gonna pick one every week.
Oh my goodness, gonna
That
get
actually could be a pretty interesting idea. Just be like,
and segue to maybe having, it'd be really fun to have on the podcast.
just be like, and next week we're gonna have a monologue against this person.
You know what?
Like autobiography.
You know what? Sure. Stay tuned for potentially Miggy and Katie going, you know who's an interesting person this week? That one.
While we're
And
pointing
here's
at
why.
Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how I make fun of you for making like a visual joke, and I just tried to make one.
Makes a visual joke, points at a barbecue.
Hey, don't start describing our recording space here. Look, I need my
Emotional support.
I need emotional support barbecue. Okay, all right. It chars my steaks real nice.
Keeps me warm.
It keeps me warm at night. You know, it gets pretty chilly in my room sometimes with the lack of sports and the approaching Mariah Carey Christmas songs and ice in the rinks. You know, I need.
Why are we bringing her up in this now? It's August.
Yeah, and I can already hear her
it's almost
defrosting.
pumpkin spice season.
No. And we're gonna end this right now. End it now. End it now.
I can hear her in the wind. All right. Well, enough of me apparently lacking sleep. You got any more you want to say? Any discussions from Miggy this week?
No, I got none.
You got nothing? Does Katie have anything she wants to add that isn't Whitmore related?
I would like to clarify, I am in fact a girl, even though I sound like a little boy.
What was the first thing she told me after listening to the podcast she was on? She's like, you didn't tell me I sound like a little boy.
I was like, why do I sound like that? What?
Okay. I need you to realize the absurdity of that comment, because you started this recording with, yes, I did sleep my way onto this recording. And you have to clarify.
That I am in fact not a
Oh, yes, we only hire adults. We swear. Okay, you're good. You're
I'm good.
something. And if I say anything more, I am going to go off of another cliff. So we're going to turn the mic off on this North American episode, and we will see y'all in the international episode.